It is crazy to me how many videos are on YouTube and TikTok of women who initiated the divorce, were supposed to be living their best life, and now they're crying, complaining about how things are not like they expected. It's not what they wanted. They thought it'd be much easier, more fun, and now they want their husbands back. I thought this was very interesting because 70% of women typically initiate the divorce, and I would say, I guess I don't know for sure, I'm not a woman, but in most cases, women already have a plan before they're gonna go through with it. They don't just get out of a divorce or a relationship without knowing where they're going. So it sounds like these women, I don't know all their cases, but a lot of them left because they wanted more fun. Their husband didn't do enough around the house. And so they left thinking, okay, that's fine. I'll just find a new man right away. I'll find a better upgrade. They're focusing on that 10%. They call it the 90-10 rule, where a man can have 90% of everything they want, but 10% is missing. They'll focus on that 10%, and then they'll go out and look for that. And when they realize that a guy doesn't even have maybe 80% of what they're looking, they're disheartened, then they're regretting not having their husband around anymore. The reason for this video is it kind of brings me back to the one I made a few days ago about what David Goggins says. Your wife initiated the divorce, or you guys are getting divorced. That means, you know what, she's done with you. There's nothing you can do, so fuck her. It's time to move on. You need to work on yourself. You need to become a better version of yourself because she made her decision. When my wife left me, it took me a few months, but I did get to that point where I wanted her to regret leaving me. I wanted to become so different, so valuable that she couldn't help but wonder what life could have been like with me had she not left me. And maybe that's petty, I don't know. I really don't give a shit. That was my mindset. It helped me become the man that I am today, so I'm very grateful for that. But I wanted her to regret leaving me. I would have loved, maybe not loved, but I wanted her to regret leaving me. I don't like watching these videos. Like, I do feel kind of bad for these women. These are the kind of women that I see on, dating apps. A lot of the times they're mid-30s, they have their kids already. They have all this baggage. It's gonna be difficult for them to find a guy who is gonna have 100% of what they want. A high value guy in his prime with not a lot of baggage that's gonna be able to support her, deal with all her stuff. He's probably not gonna want to settle down with a woman who's already got kids, who's already got all this baggage, who's making TikTok videos talking about how, things didn't work out for her. And the reason that she's making these videos is because her plan did not work out. Had she gotten divorced and then met the guy of her dreams next, she wouldn't be making this video. Had she gotten divorced and had her fun, but then was able to find a guy that was wanting to take her and accept her baggage, she probably wouldn't be making these videos. It seems to me that these videos are being made because their plan did not work out. They thought everything would be fine. I'll get divorced. I'll go live my best life. After a while, I'll meet a new man. It'll be great. Guys are replaceable, which if you're an average guy, you probably are replaceable. But the point of this video is that your wife left you. Make her regret leaving you. Become a better version of yourself. Show her that she made a mistake. There are not guys that are better than you. You are not replaceable. You can become a better version of yourself. You can do things, you can take steps that will make you more valuable. You can lose the weight, you can start a business, you can make more money, you can upgrade your style. There's just so much you can do. You can start moving around, you can travel. Like, these are the things that I did. These are what worked for me. And I'm a completely different person, so I don't know if she regrets leaving me because her plan probably did work out. We were fighting, you know, we had ups and downs for 12 years, but because she didn't have options at the time, like she didn't have a new boyfriend, she wasn't making enough money, like there's just these things that had to accumulate until she was ready to leave. Had her new boyfriend not worked out, I think they've been together basically since we got divorced. Had that not worked out, maybe she'd be making these videos too, regretting her decision. But yeah, the whole point is your wife or whatever did not want you anymore. She had her plan. It's not your fault, or it's not your responsibility. Yeah, it's not your responsibility to make sure her plan goes according to what her dreams are. Like, you need to focus on yourself, becoming as good of a version of yourself as you can, taking steps to improve daily, make her regret leaving. She is much more replaceable than you would be. If you're a high value man who can provide, who can be a leader, you're gonna be much more difficult to find, especially nowadays where guys are being shamed for being masculine and, you know, being leaders and being dominant. If you can start learning these traits and becoming a better version of yourself, you're gonna be extremely difficult to replace. And that's why these women aren't very happy. They're going out on the dating market realizing that, you know, they don't have the same value that they used to. They got a lot of baggage. A lot of these videos that they're making are very negative, talking about how terrible their husband was, but they're lonely now and they wish they did have that companionship. Like a lot of them don't address, I mean, from these videos it seems like a lot of them don't address some of the issues that they brought into the relationship. It's always about what the husband did. He wasn't doing enough. He wasn't doing this. And I don't know. I think a lot of the times they don't have to take responsibility and reflect on things that they did to contribute to the downfall of the relationship. There were things in the relationship that they contributed to the downfall as well. From what I've been seeing out of these videos, like I said, I don't really like watching them. It's kind of sad. I do feel bad for these women, but it doesn't seem like they're taking any responsibility for their part of the downfall of it. You know, they had things that contributed to why the husband wasn't happy. I mean, I know I wasn't very happy in my marriage. We had our ups and downs for 12 years, but she had a lot of red flags that I didn't address. I just kind of dealt with it, but it didn't make me happy being in that marriage. Most of the days she would come home from work and I would hope she would come home late because I didn't want to hear about the negativity from her job. I didn't want to stop playing my videos. Video games was a distraction for me to kind of just have some time to myself. I didn't have to work. I didn't have to have her around. So when she left, like, I don't know that her plan worked out. So she might not have had to address her red flags. Maybe she did. I don't know. I don't really care. She left me. She left me, so I'm gonna go and do whatever I have to do to become a better version of myself, to make her regret leaving me. David Goggins, fuck her. You don't want me anymore, that's fine. Here's the divorce. I wish you all the best. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to get the relationships I want now, to become the man I wanna be. And it's not my fault if your plan doesn't work out. I hope it does. I wish you all the best. I'm not wishing you anything bad, but you know, you made your decision. I'll grant you that. I'm gonna go and figure out what the fuck I need to do to improve and to be better, because I don't want this stuff to happen again. I wasn't happy in the marriage either. They're making this video like the husband's just perfectly happy, you know, living this life in this marriage, where I don't know anything about these women. They might have had all the same red flags as my ex did, with the guilt tripping and the victim mentality and not really being happy for your successes. There's a whole bunch of them. I'll link that video. But they're making it seem like the husband was just in bliss and loved everything. He's so glad to be married to her. We don't know anything about this woman. Does she have a lot of these red flags? Is she crazy? Like, we don't know. And now there's a lot of these women promoting that other women get divorced because their husband didn't do these things. And they don't have any idea what this woman's behavior is, how she was as a wife. maybe she was a terrible wife. I know for me, I want a wife that's very loving, compassionate, helps me towards my goals, wants me to be a better version of myself, which I didn't realize until after I got divorced. And I started really planning out, what kind of relationship do I want? What kind of woman do I want? How does she behave? I just settled as a 22-year-old kid. I just assumed this is what it was. These are the kind of girls you get. And that's absolutely not true. There's tons of quality women out there. And, you know, they want to be with a high-value guy. So, point of this video, their plan's not working? Fuck them. That's their problem. They can keep making their TikTok videos. I wish them the best. Hopefully they figure it out. But I do feel bad for them as well. I've seen this so many times on dating apps where these girls, even in their prompts, they're talking about how they just want a good guy. They want somebody that's gonna be there for them. But I mean, have they ever addressed themselves? Have they ever worked on their own issues? Are they just divorced now and just trying to replace that man that they left? I don't know. I see these a lot, you know, woman who's 36, 37, 38, already has kids, probably not in the best shape of her life. She's gonna be, I don't know, it's gonna be tough to find a guy that's gonna have everything that she wants, that's gonna want her. I know that probably sounds cruel. I'm not trying to be a dick, but me being in my 40s, being that I've improved myself, I do take personal responsibilities, I am looking to improve. I personally would not want to date that girl. That might sound hard. Those just my standards. I don't want a woman that's already has her kids, that has all that baggage. Maybe she's a great person. I hope so. But yeah, it's gonna be difficult for them. I hope they do find that guy. But if they're on TikTok complaining about everything their husband did and not taking their own personal responsibility, is that guy gonna really wanna put up with her for years and years and years? Like, marriage is a long-term thing. You don't just have a good relationship for a year and then everything's fine. We struggled for 12 years on our relationship because we didn't know what we wanted. We didn't really know who we were. We ignored each other's red flags. It was just not the right person. It brings me back to one of the causes of failure yesterday. Marrying the wrong person contributes to a huge failure. And that's because, most of the days I wasn't happy. I didn't have a wife that I really wanted to be around most of the time. So I guess I'll leave it there. I've been kind of rambling on a bit, probably repeating myself. It happens. But yeah, that's my thoughts. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you think these women are working on themselves? Do you think that they're right to be promoting other women get divorced? Do you think that the guy that they left should ever take her back? My opinion, no, but what's your opinion? If a woman leaves her husband, they say about 70% of women, I'm gonna go this way actually. They say about 70% of women initiate the divorce. If your wife initiated the divorce, would you ever take her back just because her plan didn't work out? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna go to the gym now. I'm gonna film another video today as well. I wanna get 2 done today so that I can go off tomorrow and just get completely off the grid. No, excuse me. No apps, try to limit as much screen time as I can, get out in nature, just to kind of, just relax and release. I saw a thing saying today, if you can sit in silence for 2 hours, you start to regenerate brain cells. It's like, okay, that sounds interesting. I don't mind getting off electronics for the day. So I'm gonna try that. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Let me know in the comments if you got any cool, interesting plans coming up. All right, I gotta cross the street here. Thank you. And yeah, we'll leave it there. Have a good day.